asked him the entire spring, and I think most of the media corps asked the same questions that we were asking. We asked, maybe we had the opportunity to ask more detail, like, hey, you got to be honest with us. It wasn't until that last start where there was any complaint or a problem, and then the last in his rehab game, we believe that this injury, became significant because now the doctor told me if we did an MRI today, this would show. It's a significant tear that previous MRIs had nothing on, but if you did a regular MRI, now it would show. So in that last game, I believe the last pitch is when he felt something and walked off after the first inning. That's where an episode occurred. That's the belief, and the dye contrast MRI showed that. But it's such a significant tear. The doctor said if we just did a regular MRI today, it would show that. So
you think, Brian, in retrospect, he may have been just trying to pump up his radar numbers to satisfy you, to satisfy his questions, and may have inadvertently or not injured himself or
it's hard
made
to say.
It worse?
It's hard to say. I think there's a lot of. It's going to be questions that I don't think anybody can pinpoint or answer. Again, he tested out his physical resistant testing with the orthopedic the week before this happened and leading up to his bullpens, and everything was going great. His MRIs were clean. The problems he was trying to overcome were in the back of the shoulder where there was area of weakness. The labrum tear that he's now got is in the front of the shoulder. So, it's one of those things where I don't think, and I'm not even a doctor, but from a medical standpoint, I just don't have answers. Clearly, he was struggling and dealing with stuff that, then it declared itself on Saturday in the extended spring game at the very, very most. So,
Cash, do you talk to, Jack? He said that he didn't know anything. You said it's not Seattle's fault at all. Have you talked to them at all in terms of asking them questions in terms of the same questions you asked Michael? Of was there any history, or after you make a trade, how does that work?
When we acquired the player, and I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for this for the Seattle Mariners as well as for ourselves. We're in a position to explain this properly because the trade was contingent on physicals, so that involves a full disclosure of all medical records and all medical histories. We got all that as they got all that from us, plus hands-on physical exam. So Michael Pineda was flown to New York. Evaluated by our doctor in the fullest extent from an internist side, which means blood work and all those things, as well as from an orthopedic side. He underwent x-rays and MRIs of the elbow and shoulder. Completely clean. We acquired a healthy player from the Seattle Mariners, so there really shouldn't be any speculation where Seattle's concerned. That would be unfair and really a waste of their time, even though I know that Jack has received a number of calls today, and as a professional, he's, I'm sure, taken those calls, and I've seen that he's answered it and stuff like that. But this is a New York issue that we need to focus on. Unfortunately, the circumstances occurred here on the front end of our acquisition, and we'll deal with it, and we'll get him healthy. He'll pitch for us, and we hope that he'll be the player that we acquired and that I pursued and acquired. And it's just not going to happen for us in 2012. So we'll just, as I said, we'll do everything we possibly can to help Michael get back to the level he was at, and it's just going to take some time, and the Yankee fans, I hope, will benefit from his acquisition, in the future. It won't be in the present.